Hey. It's your man Charlie, and this is the one and only Charlie's Talk Spot Corner. Today I got with me my friend and enthusiast of truth, Humble Africa, Vipi kaka?
Salama kabisa.
Introduce
us
us
in the building to share some ideas. You know.
What can you say? My friend here, Mr. Mugo, we met at a spot. You know, unajua squeezy, you want to find yourself in different places. You wish that you're able to find yourself in places where you can engage each other. But you find that places you're able to engage each other, for us it was a local spot ketu pale tunaendanga, watu wanapatana baada ya kazi.
Yeah.
Always remember that. You know? Kama utapiga hii kitu baada ya kazi sawa, sizoe kazi ya pombe asubuhi. You know, and I think when we met, we were able to have a conversation of about, I think, more than 3 hours.
It was, yeah.
Yes, bro.
The first time meeting, someone was like, what the fuck? Like,
Manze.
very interesting.
Manze.
Because, I mean, most people have, pardon my language, but most people are accustomed to normal and accepting things that are going wrong.
That's true.
But when I met again, it was very interesting. Like, I mean, I've got to mejinyamazia. Nadhani maybe ni kuchizi. But it was a point of concern. Like, you know, knowledge was shared.
True.
And a lot of ideas were exchanged. And it was a very interesting conversation. It's very a complete stranger.
True.
But thought process was very, very similar. And we ended up clicking. I feel like that's the best way I can sum it up.
Basically, we engaged for a long period. For a first time that we were actually 3 hours.
That's very interesting.
Ilikuwa siku yetu ya kwanza actually. Imagine. And tukaanza tu conversation, because I think right now in this Kenyan society, if your mind is not being sparked to actually think of why a certain way is going on, or why certain events are taking place in our country. Yes, in fact, for lack of better words, it is naivety for you to be able to sit somewhere in a group of people and the best thing you want to talk about is this celebrity, this, at sijui nani amefanya nini, you know, at this kind of music, this what. We are currently at a place where we are, for me, I feel that the spirit of our forefathers, what our grandfathers did, which was fight for our country, because there was an interference in between of beliefs, religion. Our parents were not able to engage the same war that our grandfathers and grandmothers went through.
True to that.
They succumbed.
I feel like I think I've told you this before, and I told you. Kenya right now has a generation that's very rebellious.
Yes.
We are the most educated and well-knowledged generation because one, our slave masters gave us a tool that we always give thanks to them was knowledge, internet. We have access to information.
Yes.
We know how shit went down, and the good thing is they document everything.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yes,
they have records of everything. I'm sure even probably every prisoner, slave, whatever, they have them. It's up to you to go look for it if you want to.
Yes, it is.
Now, it comes to a place whereby after so-called independence, like they say, our people became a bit comfortable. Thinking now, I think the bullshit is gone. Sorry for the language. But yeah, the BS is gone, but we were never really free. Think about it.
No, colonial master never left.
He just put other people in charge.
Yes, they did.
The worst part is he put our people in charge.
It's always the best way to,
you know, I mean,
to hide.
In Kikuyu, I'll say Gadi.
We can't forget them.
Yeah, and they're still very much active as we speak.
It is it's the script that has been used in any colonizing society. As long as they want to colonize you, they come, they do their thing, and then before they leave, or in quotes, they look like they're leaving, but they leave proxies. In our cases, we had the home guards and the chiefs. Okay, in fact, not going too far, even who we call the founding father of our nation, he was a proxy. In fact, he was the biggest proxy.
Come on, man! I tell people that's the biggest scam that I came to unravel when I was old enough, and it was very depressing. Because this nigga actually lived in the UK for probably about 20 years. He has a whole street in Oxford called Kenyatta Street.
Yeah, that's from the colonial masters.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was literally granted, and it was like, UK, you look like a nice, obedient boy. We will give you the country.
And
they killed Kimathi for that.
Of course, they killed a lot of people.
No, Kimathi was supposed to lead Kenya. He was supposed to be the first.
Dedan Kimathi
was supposed to be the first president of this country.
If he had left the forest.
Yes.
In fact, I think someone else would have become president. But I know that the people who fought at that time had a structure, because they knew that there are people who didn't go to the forest but were fighting politically in the towns. Because if you think about it, people like Oko.
No, I'm not refusing, but
JM Karaoke, them they might not have gone to the forest. Okay, but
I think because I'm Kikuyu, I'll speak for my people.
JM was one of ours, and Kenyatta made sure actually he left the group.
I think at that time diplomacy was far away. War was the only way out. Because these people had literally made it their own impact to make sure they take Kenya as much as they could.
True.
Bro, remember we have very good fertile lands. We are very industrious people working in this country.
Mm-hmm.
The climate, the trajectory of Kenya, it's well positioned. We have a coastline, unlike so many other people.
Yes.
So if you ask me if I was a master trying to control, Kenya would have been a very, very ideal place to take over.
Kenya is an ideal place.
And you're seeing it playing out again in 2024, right now as we speak.
It's called the second,
they're coming.
The second wave of recolonization.
They're coming with so many malicious ways, which is funny. First, it started off with China, building roads. There's always a deal made.
Well, deals are always there.
Deals are always
because of governments.
But for me, my question is, why do you think so many people think Kenya is special?
Well,
that's the question I'll pose to you.
Well, first I know they know it's special because, first of all, if you look at the history of our country before it was drawn territorial lines, most people, or let me case an example, I'll use my own people, the Kikuyu. We already had even prophets who had talked about the coming.
Oh, I'm one of them. Don't even get me started. I have been named after a very famous prophet. That's my last name.
Mugo. You see?
Yes.
And you see, the fact that we have not taken our time to understand that it's not that the colonial master was a surprise to Africans.
Was it?
Africans, because of their high spirituality and the
which they killed and crushed.
Yes.
Which I feel so bad about it.
And then cut it short. Yeah.
That we ended up being subjugated to something. Even me of my age, that I'm this I know myself. I still can't fathom what the fuck they talk about.
Well, it's
because I still resonate with African spirituality.
Well,
I'm sure you've been brought up in a Christian family.
I think most of us have been raised in a Christian Christian environment. But I also try to tell people that the white man didn't just come and colonize. The white man first did what we call like a study of the demography.
I mean, they
talked the people there.
They talked about it and they said, for you to conquer an African person, you have to wipe out his fucking spirituality, culture, where it hurts him the most.
It's the only way if you want to do it. But
it didn't work.
At the same time, it worked.
It worked for our parents.
It worked in a way.
It worked for our parents.